And now, coming to you straight from the 505's most news-biting source of politic commentainment, it's the New Mexico Inquisition with Teresa Esguerra.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. All right, welcome back to the New Mexico Inquisition. I'm, of course, your host, Teresa Varoz. This month, we sent comedian Griffin Sanchez on a quest to become a real-life panhandler, and he got pretty sticky doing it. We also visited the Albuquerque Pride Parade with Lucas Corvatta. We got pretty sticky doing that as well. Just don't tell our parents what we wore to the parade. And now, headlines. The Department of Justice recently discovered a covert memo labeled Special Order 1675. It instructs supervisors to ignore the terms of the 2014 settlement agreed upon by Mayor Barry, Albuquerque Police Chief Eden, and the United States Department of Justice. In the memo, sergeants are instructed to review only 4 body cam recordings per month in spite of the agreed upon 16 reviews, a deliberate ploy to disregard the federal monitor. The Department of Justice's James Ginger managed to stumble upon the existence of the memo by reviewing the minutes of an Office of Policy meeting. When Ginger and his team confronted the department, the existence of the memo was chalked up to be a mistake, a strict, procedural, documented, widely distributed, secret mistake. A mistake that is now deeply entrenched in our police department's culture. Yeah. Looks like APD was passing notes around class, didn't think they'd get caught, and when they did, their excuse was all, "Nuh-uh." And instead of writing notes about cute boys, it's a memo instructing officers of the law to break the law. And the teacher in this scenario is a federal agency tasked with upholding the Constitution. I know, it's crazy. Albuquerque can breathe a sigh of relief, however, as 100% of the mayoral candidates have all promised to immediately throw Police Chief Eden into the negative zone once they're in office. Citing a decline in patient numbers, 3 of New Mexico's 6 Planned Parenthood locations are slated to close, and somewhat believe is an early termination. For more on this, we go to our Planned Parenthood expert, Gora. Ann?
Thanks, Danger. Despite increased access to health care during the last 8 years, Planned Parenthood has been hooking up with less and less patients every year here in New Mexico. Still, there are a lot of us thirsty for those sexy family planning options. While I was afraid I'd have to go back to Oily Jim behind the liquor store for my mammograms and pap smears, I was told, fret not. The remaining locations, expanded services, and longer, stronger hours are sure to please her or him.
Thanks, Ann. Now, do you think...
Planned Parenthood expert. Are you saying I'm loose? Are you calling me a...
Gora, everybody. Thank you. I think we all agree she did a fine job. An 82-year-old woman living in a nursing home was recently abruptly denied her Medicaid benefits, reportedly due to a computer glitch at a New Mexico Human Services Department. The New Mexico Political Report was unable to get a comment from HSD, probably because of more computer glitches. But when we found out HSD is actually understaffed by 431 people, we had a lot more questions. Why are they understaffed? Could it be that our state has become so uncompetitive that qualified individuals are actually fleeing our city for the coast? Are we being overtaken by evil robots, kicking old ladies off Medicaid?
Robots are everywhere, and they eat old people's medicine for fuel.
I'm just going to assume that everybody in this state is too high to pee clean for a government job. I mean, why are there unfilled positions in a state with the highest unemployment rate in the nation? It's bad, folks. Kathy Griffin can't even hold down a gig at the 66 Casino. New Mexico drivers have a long history of facing dangers on the road. Drunk drivers, never-ending construction, and now, emus. That's right. Authorities in southern New Mexico spent 40 long minutes chasing an emu around I-10. The emu had been on the lam for 3 days, was eventually lassoed, and brought into custody. No word yet on whether the emu farmer will be able to make bail, even though we know he's got the cash with all that sweet, sweet emu money laying around. No, it's true. Emu farmers make bank. They can sell the eggs, the meat, the feathers. They get street cred, like mad street cred. And they even have their own gang sign. It's like, I can never get it right. Is that it? Does that look mean? Did you run from that? A state district judge dismissed charges against Jonathan Carlos Ray this month after he got himself into a boiling mess when he was charged for the theft of his mother's pozole. According to a criminal complaint, Ray sent his mom a text message saying he wanted some pozole. After telling him no, she later found her gate and garage broken into and a pot of the pozole missing. Now that the charges have been dropped, we can only hope that peace, love, and harmony have been restored to the house. Life comes at you fast. No one knows this better than a U.S. Marshal in Mesilla, who recently stopped to help what she believed to be a stranded motorist and ended up stabbed during a roadside kerfuffle. The marshal hailed to Gaspar Ayala Arellano, a man she saw walking with a gas can on the side of the road. When Arellano refused to identify himself, the marshal called for backup, and when the deputies arrived, Arellano threw a knife at the marshal, stabbing her in the leg, and then proceeded to set himself on fire. Luckily, everyone survived, and no one was charged admission. You see, this is the reason why Republicans don't want to pay for other people's health care, guys. I'm just kidding. It's because they're jerks. Wise Pies is losing its name deal with UNM, which took to the internet this month in order to find a new name for the stadium formerly known as The Pit. An online poll resulted in 3 popular choices: Pitty McPitface, the Money Pit, and Pit Stain Arena. These are all real names that came from the internet. Students at NMSU suggested the name M. Night Shyamalan's The Pit so that nobody would show up to the games. I know what you're thinking. M. Night Shyamalan, huh? Well, what's the twist? All right, spoiler alert. Wise Pies was serving Dion's Ranch the entire time. And a set of mysterious carved stone pillars were recently found in the state's remote northern forest, leaving many to wonder what they say, what the symbols carved in the rock mean, and where they came from. For more on this, we go to our stone expert, Kevin Baca. Kevin?
Yes, Danger. I am getting stoned in the forest.
No, Kevin, we wanted to know about the stones in the forest. What do you think they say? Where do they come from?
I'm not saying it was aliens. It was frickin' aliens, man. Or maybe, do you think it was that YouTube guy who's always building mud huts and ovens in the forest and never saying a word? Hey, did you hear that thing about how Wise Pies has been serving Dion's Ranch all along?
Yeah, I did. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks a lot. Why do we keep sending that guy to places? Why do we do it? A number of medical cannabis producers are having trouble accounting for some extra weed they sold last year after it was found that their receipts for sales exceeded the weight that they were legally allowed to have. Like, what's the trouble? Are they forgetting about the butter and the flour and the sugar and all this stuff that they gotta add to the weed to make yummy cookies and stuff? I mean, come on, man. Everybody knows that they let their sacks go a little fat. That's why they're so dope. Lighten up, man. Come on. Gotta be one of those understaffing computer glitch aliens or something, man. I'm telling you, they're for real. Right, Kevin Baca?
They're real, dog.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Maybe we should quit hassling the little guys and figure out how we can get full legalization in hemp cultivation up and running, get some desperately needed new revenues and some jobs going in New Mexico, for crying out loud. Man. Albuquerque was full of pride this month during the parade and ensuing Pride Fest, and our own Lucas Corvatta was all over it like lipstick on a drag queen. Lucas?
I'm Lucas Corvatta, and I'm on location at Albuquerque Pride! Hi, New Mexico! How you guys doing? Oh, awesome! Happy Pride! You gotta lick me. Hey, happy Pride, folks! Happy Pride!
Lucas, Jeff Apodaca, I'm running for governor of New Mexico. It's time we turn New Mexico around. We're going to invest in jobs, 225,000 new jobs. It's time we invest in our teachers, our schools.
Deb for Congress, awesome!
First Native woman for Congress.
Really?
Yes.
Amazing, that's great. Awesome. Well, vote for Deb, love you. So I'm here with Jeremy. He is with what organization?
New Mexico Wild.
What do you do?
It's a foundation for like wildlife, protecting it and stuff like that. Our flow is actually the gray wolf, which is also like an endangered species around here.
We have a gray wolf here in New Mexico, right? They've been introduced here.
Yes. There's a sanctuary outside of Grants. It's amazing. I definitely recommend people seeing it and watching it or going to it. It's awesome.
Oh, work it! I love it. You know the acronym for Pride? Do you know the acronym for Pride?
Acronym for Pride.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember that.
Do you know what Pride stands for?
I do not.
You do not?
To show our...
But what does the P, the R, the I, the D, you don't know?
I have to say pride because, you know, you got to be proud of who you are, what you are, and where you come from. And
I think of Pride, I think of the Christopher West parade. I think of Christopher West. I think of Harvey Milk. I think of, you know, the beatings, the slayings, the torture that are exactly Stonewall, everything that went through it to make this happen.
Hi! So, do you know what Pride stands for?
equality.
The acronym of it?
The acronym? I actually don't.
You don't? Are you
explain
gay?
it to me? I am. I'm a lesbian.
Okay, there is none. What is the acronym of Pride? P-R-I-D-E. Do you know?
I do not know the acronym of Pride. I've been in the parade since I was chairman of the party for the last 7 years, and I don't know the acronym.
It's okay. There isn't one. Thank you, Brian.
Great day, man.
Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, New Mexico Inquisition. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Lucas Corvatta, for that tantalizing report. That was his first time, guys. What did you think? All right, Lucas. Homelessness is a big part of Albuquerque, and so are the panhandlers that come with it. We see them making money on just about every major intersection in town, and your pals at the Inquisition wanted to know what it would take to get our hands on some of that sweet, sweet cheese. So we sent our own Griffin Sanchez to file this report.
Albuquerque's a tough place to live in. Some people out here can't even find jobs. I recently found myself looking for a second job, and I couldn't find anything. So I saw some people panhandling, and I thought, hey, I could do that. So after some time on the internet, I found this website, and I found some people I can go talk to.
Steelbridge is an organization that is focused on helping men and women move off of the streets.
I oversee the needs of women and children. I oversee their programs, make sure that they have adequate resources and things of that nature.
Okay.
One of the things that people who are homeless deal with, just generally speaking, there's exceptions to this obviously, but one of the things that people who are living on the streets or who are homeless, there's usually a few reasons that they're there. So I think that's probably important to establish first. One is that what we find in Albuquerque is
addictions. Alcohol addiction, drug addiction. Yeah, that's what I believe it is.
Are these people getting treatment? Do you guys help people with treatment and
What I help women with, because we're faith-based, we do a lot of prayer devotions. We have resources around the city that we send women to.
So it becomes difficult. How do you make people do things? And for us, as a faith-based organization, we find that the energy for everything that we do is based in the fact that we believe that the human heart is broken, and that we're broken as people, and we need God's help to come in and fix us because we're kind of don't see things right. So that's the approach we take.
So what we're hearing is that the only hope for these people is prayer. What is the city doing about this? So you guys get funding from the city? to help with this problem?
I'm actually not sure where our funding comes from. I don't know the information as to where it comes from. I believe it's donors, but I'm not sure.
Churches. It's okay to say churches.
Well, I know that our mayor has been very active. Mayor Bear has been very active in trying to do something about panhandling in this city.
I simply saw a gentleman who had a sign that said, "I need a job." I went back to my office. I asked my staff, let's come up with $50,000. Let's find an old van in the motor pool. Let's get with one of our great local nonprofits called St. Martin's Hospitality Center, and let's drive around the city and ask these folks if they'd like to work for $9 an hour, help us clean up an already beautiful city, and then most importantly, at the end of the day, while they're getting their money, let's connect them with the mental health services and the substance abuse services that they need to get off the corner.
But I want a job panhandling. I heard they make good money. What are the traits of a panhandler, I wondered? I can try to just fake it until I make it. Do you have any advice for me for my first day of panhandling?
First day of panhandling? Probably would need to talk to people who are panhandling. They're probably your best bet on that. Just be safe when you do it.
So I hit the streets, found an unclaimed curb. I started begging for it. I figured I could tell the driver something about myself. Nobody gave me a cent. So I went to talk to the experts, but I didn't want to go empty-handed. My true passion is cooking. I hope they like hot food too. The only green chili I had was like extra hot. So I threw together a few burritos to see if I could make some interviews happen. It worked. I had my in.
Don't leave me speechless.
Now I was going to learn from the real deal, the art of the handle pan, the panhandle. I was gonna do it.
What is it like panhandling? Would you give me like some advice? Like if I was going to start panhandling tomorrow, like some advice on panhandling?
Walking up to people and just telling them the truth. Tell them, hey, I'm struggling. I'm trying to need bus fare. I need something. Hey, will you help me? Most of the time, me personally, my luck, the closer I get to downtown, the more I get harassed by the cop, or not so much harassed, but more so the cops try to boot you off the freeway or off the intersections because you're getting closer to downtown, and I guess they really don't want panhandlers too close to downtown.
So how much on a good day do you think you can make panhandling?
4 hours, maybe 25 to 40 bucks, and about 6 hours, maybe if you do have a good day, about 60, 65, 70, if you do it.
Would you feel that women make less money in the panhandling business?
I think that's a big stereotype because I think women blow the men out of the water making money. I think women make more.
Really? They make more?
I make more than those men. Sometimes the men can make more, but very rare. Women bring more pity. The young civilians out here panhandle, even whenever I'm in a car, I'm judgmental and I'm like, what's wrong with that young kid? Why can't he get up and go get a job? Just because he has an addiction doesn't mean he can't get up and go out and go get a job.
Good grief. Even panhandlers don't like panhandlers. Diamond Dave and Bird agreed to show me how to make a sign that would be sure to score me some serious change.
I'm not a very good speller, so I go the cheap way and I put numbers. Spare quarter sign does not work as good as you think it would. I've sat out for almost 4 hours and I think I only made $5 to find a sign that was like this. And I only get laughed at for that one. Taking plastic and pin. I've been blessed to where a dude actually is pulled over before, come and talk to me. And by the end of our conversation, he gave himself away on how much he actually gave me. I knew it was a big face. I was thinking maybe like a $5 or a $10 bill. But through our hour and a half conversation that we had, he come off to tell me that he had blessed me with a $100 bill.
Do you remember what you did with that $100 bill?
I went and I got a hotel room for 2 nights, and the rest of it went on drugs and food. Not very much food, obviously, but you want to see something funny? Okay. Look in the mirror.
Oh, I hope so.
I mean, that's one of my old school basic fundamental fucking plain jokes is, or whenever I see a really fine girl, it'll be like, is that a mirror in your pocket, or do I see myself in your pants one day?
I got a new one that you could use. So like, where's your inhaler? Like, what? Where's your inhaler? Because you got that asthma.
Yeah. But
D, you want a mixed sign, man?
I'm only doing one for my girl. This girl here, right here. This is. She's a lady. I've been doing for her. I'll run with her when she's ready. So.
What do you think of my signs?
They're too small.
Too small.
But yeah, you can move up a little bit.
What about this one?
Yeah, you're getting a little better.
But you got blessed in there 3 times. That's.
Oh, that's a killer sign.
Yeah, you put smiley faces on there. It brings it happiness.
That's one that I frequently. I don't frequently play.
After all the solid advice, and after praying, after writing the word bless 11 times on a piece of cardboard, I still didn't get a penny. The only thing that was missing was the addiction. I needed to get fucked up and fast. We're here at Freeway Liquor, across the street from Stillbridge, where we got our inside source told us that they've been known to sell alcohol to panhandlers that are already intoxicated. So I was here about 45 minutes ago, got a 6-pack, got a breathalyzer. We're gonna see how this goes. Danger 0.07. I think legal limit's 0.02. Let's see if they serve me now. Well, we made it again. No biggie. I won. I beat them. As soon as I wake up, I'm going to be the real panhandler. What other organizations are you aware of in Albuquerque that are trying to help with the issue at hand?
Joy Junction, The Rock at noonday, Healthcare for the Homeless, the Albuquerque Opportunity Center.
So look, there's a better way to do this. There's a better way than handing $5 out the window. We're asking our community to go to a local nonprofit, we call it donateabq.org, and give your $5 there. Now we can have a collective impact as a community, and we can help more of these individuals that really need our help.
You know, that you can't make someone be good. You can try laws, you can have discussions about criminalization or decriminalization. You can have people with guns, but you know, it's like somebody having a gun to you right now. You're like, well, you know, stop thinking that. Stop wanting drugs. Well, you can't make me.
So what have we learned? You can take the man out of the panhandle, but you can't handle a man if your pants got no handle, man. And you can't take the panhandle out of the man. So this is Griffin signing off from the corner. God bless you. God bless me. God bless Albuquerque. Danger, back to you.
That's our show. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks again. If you'd like to help make the New Mexico Inquisition happen, we are now accepting donations at patreon.com/NMINQ. Our show is made possible only through contributions made by viewers like you. Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook, and thanks again for watching. Good day. I said good day. Ow! Thank you. All right, welcome back to the New Mexico Inquisition. I'm, of course, your host, Danger K. Varoz. This month, we sent comedian Griffin Sanchez.